You know what's funny? The internet has named them for me. I think their name is Veronica. You would think that just hair between your eyebrows isn't that big of a deal, but they've got their whole personality. They probably have a social security number at this point.
There's a reason for every hair on a body. It's all there and does a job, and eyebrows definitely have an important job.
Everybody has some little story, at least, about their eyebrows. And some people have really big, profound, and deeply moving stories about their eyebrows.
My name is Sophia Hagipanteli. I am a model, beauty, and anti-bullying activist. The first time I noticed my eyebrows was when I decided I wanted mine to look like my mom's. She used to always say, eyebrows look their most fabulous when they're just brushed all the way up. And I swear, sometimes you can catch me and my eyebrows are like straight up at attention. They directly connect me to my Greek Cypriot heritage. Almost every family member I can think of has a unibrow, whether they've embraced it or left it or whatever. I do get a varying amount of reactions from, oh, what is that? Or, oh, what is that? I've never seen something like that. The curiosity. And then someone looking at me and being absolutely shocked, as in they had just seen like a UFO or something. I'm not for a second fazed by the sheer hundreds, often thousands of hate comments that I get. It's almost like my eyebrows are made of steel. I'm not gonna change it to something else because, you know, I not only love it, but I also think that more people need to see this.
So I can, but I don't want to.
I'm Vinita Party and I'm the founder of Blink Brow Bar. I've been in the business for 15 years and all we do is brows. We've now done 20 million brow shapes, so I like to think that I'm the expert. I think people always did take care of their brows because when you look back in time, you see there have been different trends through the decades. In ancient Egyptian times, kohl was put into brows to give them depth and colour. In Elizabethan times, they experimented with bleaching, which is kind of whitewashing the brows. And then you look at the 20s where all the flappers had really skinny brows, super high arched brows, which gave them a lot of expression. You know, they were acting in silent movies, so eyebrows played a huge part in that. Marilyn Monroe had amazing brows. Brooke Shields, she brought the big brows back in the 80s and then went back to skinny brows in the 90s. And then of course Cara Delevingne brought it back for a good few years in around 2012.
Thank you very, very much. Thank you.
So they say that threading originally started in the Far East and travelled across to the Middle East and then to India. But it's widely practiced in India now. It's not really practiced anywhere else in the world. So I would say it comes from India. So the process of threading is a very simple process. You use a long piece of cotton and you twist it round and you run the knots across the bottom of your brow and it takes each and every hair out by the root. To learn it does take time. It's very precise. The brow global market is huge and we have to be equipped to understand what different cultures want. It's about your character, your personality, and your brows reflect so much of that.
Over time and over history, we have these people who we've idolized for their eyebrows. The reason why their eyebrows were so defining was because those brows suited their faces perfectly. And whenever I get somebody who wants to emulate another person's brow and wants to put that brow on their face, I have to tell them, look, your brow is gonna be the best brow for your face. We should all appreciate the brow that we have and we should maximize the brow that we have, but if you don't have to do your eyebrows and it's not gonna change your life, please just let them be. Let them be.
You shouldn't take anything too seriously, especially not your appearance, because it changes so often. I'm not sitting here telling people, you have to have a unibrow, you have to have your eyebrows plucked. That's not it. You have every right to do exactly what makes you feel most confident. I feel most confident with my eyebrows exactly like they are today. Maybe not exactly, because they're not the best today.
We've had this rather simple idea that eyebrows are just about keeping sweat out of your eyes. Actually, the way that we've evolved to have movable eyebrows is to do with how the shape of our face and our eyes communicate to other people.
There's a thing that people talk about in terms of eyebrow studies is the barcode. Your eyebrows are an integral part of that barcode, and that's how people read your face. They listen to what you say and then they look at your eyebrows, but not consciously, it acts in a subconscious way. They're very minor, small gestures, but they're highly meaningful.
We see that, for example, there's some research showing that people who've had Botox injections over their foreheads are less able to show sympathy because they're not moving their eyebrows. All of those ways in which we express ourselves through our eyebrows, that's totally fine and it's just totally fun. But if we start reducing our ability to display emotions, then it starts to hamper our connection to other people.
So my name's Carly. I lost my eyebrows about 6 years ago when I started suffering with alopecia. Well, first time I lost my hair, I was 11. It hit me a lot harder back then and I was scared to leave the house. I mean, I was bullied at school, but I would say it's probably, I've had more now than I did when I was younger, which is quite frightening really, and it's all been from adults. Basically, I was an ugly bleep, 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 and that is no wonder I was single, looking like the way I do. So before, I think to me, they were just something that was on my face that I had to just titivate to make them look good. Now, I've realised just what they do, and without them, you're just expressionless. I'm not worried about my hair growing back, but if I could just have my eyebrows and my lashes, because I do really notice the difference. I know I used to be so down about myself because I didn't fit this so-called beauty ideal, and that's when I had hair. The perception of beauty needs to change. We need to realise that all these things on the outside, they're just accessories to who we are.
Honestly, ignorance is bliss. If you don't think about your brows at all, keep going. I don't want to disturb your peace.
Beware of over-experimenting with brows. Do it with your hair, but your brows are sacred, so take care of them.
They're integral to who you feel you are in the world and who you feel you want to project. In terms of identity, in terms of race, sexual orientation, gender, class, and place in the world. They matter a lot,